I am a part of a community, a movement that inspires.
A network of diverse perspectives and experiences.
I am a part of something bigger than myself.
I am a part of empowering the next generation.
I am a part of positive change.
I am a part of a better tomorrow.
I am a Spartan.
Michigan State University.
Spartans will.
Become a part of a community.
A unifying force to achieve your ambitions.
Connected to the people around you.
Become a part of something bigger than yourself.
Become a part of success.
Become a part of discovery.
Become a part of change.
Become a Spartan.
Michigan State University.
Spartans will.
Black horror brings to the cultural conversation this idea of who is considered a monster. For so long, Blackness has been considered something to be feared. What cultural anxieties are displayed when you make Black people the monster? When you bring in Black horror created by Black creators, you get to play along with these ideas. My name is Kenitra Brooks. I am the Audrey and John Leslie Endowed Chair in Literary Studies. I'm in the English department at Michigan State University, and I consider myself an expert on race, gender, and genre. Black horror centers Blackness and Black folks' experience. What cultural anxieties of the Black community are displayed when other people are the monsters, such as in Get Out. The monsters were the very upper middle class, Northeastern, educated, white family. It's a purposeful flipping of cultural expectations, whose anxieties are centered, and what happens when those who are considered the norm are now the monsters. And horror allows us to sort of poke at these ideas of how are these fears constructed and who constructs them.
AI can be a tremendous accelerator. It reproduces the most common ways of expressing something. And it has the capacity to, faster than we've ever seen before, establish a standard way of presenting information. I'm Bill Hart-Davidson, and I'm a professor of writing, rhetoric, and cultures here at Michigan State University. And I study the intersection of writing and technology and writing and artificial intelligence. I think that we will find lots of valid uses for these tools. You can be much more productive in a shorter amount of time than you can without it. When it's done well, it produces two things. It produces better writing, but it produces better writers. If you are using AI to skip practice, that's a concern. The algorithm, when it gets trained with more repetitions, it improves, but so do we. That same technique, write, review, revise, repeat, produces the practice that makes us get better as communicators. Critical thinking skills, criterion reference reading and review, those are durable human skills. They're more important than ever now. And so if there's a moment to pivot and really center those human activities, now's the time.
Everyone is talking about supply chain.
Supply chain.
Supply chain.
Supply chain. Yet another supply chain shortage.
It's a term we've all heard, but really, what is supply chain?
Supply chain is ultimately to get the right products from the right place to the right people at the right time.
This is Lee Chen, and this is Jason Miller. They're leading experts at Michigan State University, home to one of the top-ranked supply chain management programs in the nation.
So if you want to eat, you need supply chain managers to be doing their jobs. So modern life is not possible without the effective workings of, supply chains and supply chain managers.
To better understand this, let's talk about something we are all familiar with. Coffee.
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 It's not an herbal tea morning. This is a coffee morning.
I like to think of supply chain really as essentially a network or a spider web. So for example, if I'm a coffee manufacturer, I'm likely sourcing coffee from multiple different countries. I'm likely sourcing that from dozens, if not hundreds, of farmers themselves or suppliers in those countries. I have a network of multiple factories in the United States. I'm buying inputs from dozens, if not hundreds, of suppliers. I need packaging material. I need equipment to roast that coffee. And I'm likely shipping that product to hundreds, if not thousands, of destinations.
But what happens when there's a chip shortage, a strike, or any disruption in the web?
From a coffee standpoint, you could have issues such as a poor harvest, let's say in Vietnam. So you may change product mixes, you may have to change transportation providers, and so you're continually having to make adjustments based on any type of feedback that is outside the norm.
As a supply chain manager, it's important for them to understand why the disruption occurs and how should I work with my partner to get the situation resolved and how we can make sure that we prevent similar disruptions from happening in the future.
The future of supply chain management is coming from Michigan State.
The biggest thing Michigan State does to prepare students to work really in any supply chain role, we try to teach those students to be critical thinkers and how to work with data to make better decisions and how to be creative problem solvers.
What brought me to MSU is one of the best program in the United States, and that allows me to really contribute in educating the next generation.
So everyone is talking about supply chain because it affects everything we do, and the complex web is maintained by critical problem solvers. So you are never without a cup of coffee.
Does anybody need coffee? Yeah, over here.
Tori and I have been together almost 30 years. He ran everything. He was the boss. He was the coach of both my kids. He coached my son's football. He coached my daughter's basketball.
He's the hammer, is what we say, because he wants you to do it and you do it good. But he's also going to be there to give you that advice that you need.
Normal day, went to work. I was training, and before I know it, I started feeling dizzy and lightheaded. And I said to myself, okay, something's not right. I don't remember much after that for the next almost 3 weeks it was. I can only see family members through a window. It was very hard. I was very lonely. Was not able to touch my wife, touch my kids.
He was just in a slump. He didn't know what he could do, what he would get back, where he would go.
I felt like I wanted something better in my recovery. I wanted to know more about my specific situation. I want to be pushed a little more. After our initial visit, we had a sit down with the therapist, and we talked about the plan for me. And the plan was to take care of my tone. Then next would be my range. And then third would be to work on my strength. One of my cousins that I'm very close to asked me to be a part of their wedding. Well, I said yes, but I don't even know I'm gonna be able to walk. 'Cause I still didn't know what was gonna happen to me, what God had in my timeline.
He always told me growing up that you could do whatever you put your mind to. There's always gonna be hurdles and roadblocks, but our thing is we are not quitters. We're gonna push no matter what walls in front of us.
I instantly said, my short-term goal is to walk down my cousin's wedding without a cane. When I told my therapist that, she looked me in the eye and she said, Tony, your short-term goal is attainable. When she told me that, it had me believe in myself that, okay, maybe I can walk again.
The confidence that he has built just in the months that he's been here is totally different.
His stroke was not something you survived from. And the fact that he's here at this point, walking with a cane, swinging a golf club, he just has this drive to get back to old Tony.
Origami has given me the vision and the belief that I can do that. They gave me a plan, and to this day, that plan is working. And I know it's gonna keep working. As long as I do my part, I know Origami is gonna do their part to help me do those things I wanna do.